Well, hello, guys. Kevin the Comic Doctor coming to you with another live CGC unboxing. This one's not comics, though, my friends. As if you had a look at the thumbnail, well, these are VHS cassettes, and I have done an unboxing with these before, and it's not as frequent as comic books, but I do have clients who are collectors of many things, and oftentimes I get asked to do video games, cards, obviously, trading cards, Pokemon, sports cards, what have you. And yes, even video cassettes, VHS, Betamax, you name it. And the way I usually do that is because they're not coming in droves, guys. Let's be honest, right? Is I'll take someone's VHS cassettes, I'll put them in our safe, and when I get like an order of 10 or 15, I'll ship them down. They actually ship them back in 10s. I sent down 17 this time. And I'm going to share with you that experience because it doesn't happen all that often where I do send VHS cassettes. So if you have any questions about the process beyond what I'm going to tell you, by all means, join us in the conversation over in the comment section. I'll answer the questions as best I can. Guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I'm a comic book presser. I'm also an authorized CGC and PSA dealer located way up in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And again, we're unboxing some VHS cassettes today. On Tuesday, we did comics. These suckers came not too long ago. I want to get these done, and I've got a ton more boxes to share with you. I may do another unboxing over the weekend. All right, let's get to it. Let's go to the comment section. Make sure everybody's over here. Hey, doing Derek? Good to see you. Mike's here. How you doing, Mike? Mike, I've got more books for you. So yeah, make an appointment. Come in on a Saturday and pick them up if you're around. All right, here we go. What do we got first? Now, some of these, admittedly, are mine. I had some that I picked up, and I wanted to send them, and I waited for some more to come in, and I forget which ones are mine. But let's see what we got. So first off, we have Friday the 13th. Right here. Part 5. A New Beginning. VHS, Paramount, 1988. Slipcase sealed. I don't understand all the lingo on this, but anyways, nonetheless, that's what the case looks like in case you've never seen one before. There you go. All right, so that's a 9.2. Again, I'm not sure who this belongs to. I think it might be Mike. I'm not sure. I'm gonna organize these tonight or maybe tomorrow. Actually, at this point, we also have this one here. I believe is mine. We've got a Mission Impossible for Tom Cruise in a 9.2. And with these, I don't even know if it was a first release, 1986. Anyways, 9.2. This one's mine. I've got 17 to share with you. I'm going to tell you the hassle this was too, and I'll get into that in a second. CGC, I've been hearing rumors that they've been laying people off and what have you. But anyways, a couple of problems have happened. A couple of incidents happened this week alone, which is kind of irritating. But I'll talk about that in a second. Mike asked, do they grade the cassette or just the box? Well, these ones are sealed. They're sealed, so they're I guess they're grading the whole kit and caboodle. You can send this in without it being sealed, and I'll have an example of that coming up. All right, we also have another 9. These are mine. 9.2 ET. Pretty cool. And that's from 1988. So that can't be an original release because E.T. came out in 82. So this is a later release, 88. This came out 6 years after the release of the movie. So there you go, 9.2. Another one of mine, Pretty in Pink, 9.2. And that came out in 91. This is certainly a later, 86 it came out. Pretty cool cover, though. And I have no idea what these are even worth, man. I just sent them because I thought it seemed cool. Crocodile Dundee from 91. 9.4 on that one. And I also sent Crocodile Dundee Part 2. Unfortunately, this one did not get as nice of a grade. From 1990, 8.5. And this one, so that, wait, So this is a pretty early release. It came out in 88. This one's from 1990. So I forget how quickly movies came out on VHS back then, probably within a year. So this could be an early release. I don't know how to even check that, to be quite honest with you. And it's also a Canadian, it's also a Canadian edition. As you can see there, it says Canada 1990. Anyways, pretty cool. And then this kind of happened, which was kind of irritating. This one here came back like this. And it came back with an RE, meaning it has been resealed. Rocco's Modern Christmas, USA slipcase. And what sucks about this is, from what I understand on the CGC website, and again, guys, I'm new with these VHS, at some point in the history of this cassette, someone resealed it, as you can see. And if you reseal it, you get a resealed notice like this. And they charge you the same price to do this as to put it inside a slab. So I'm kind of ticked off. I'm going to check. I'm going to call them tomorrow to make sure, to see if they actually charged us for this piece of paper, because that's garbage. If they did, because yeah, why? Well, exactly. Derek says this right here. Why would they not at least slab it for protection? And I went on their website and it says, even if you get an RE label, they are charging you the fee. So that's pretty shitty. But when I looked at this online, it was blue and it looked like, you know, the labels that are on there. So tomorrow I will call, and I've called them 4 times a day, and I'll explain that to you in just in a moment to explain why. But according to the website, even when they do this, they charge you the full slabbing price, which is hogwash, in my opinion. Anyways. Yeah, exactly, man. Mike, I agree. And Mike says it's Mike took the words. You took the words right out of my mouth. Exactly. Bullcrap. All right, here we go. What else we got? We have this one here. One of these is mine and one of these is Mike's. I know that. Spider-Man in a 9.2. And I think this one here is Mike's because he had the sticker on his. And this is 2002. And mine is right here. Mine also came back a 9.2. And I knew it's mine because mine had a little, yeah, see that little tear in the sleeve? I knew that was mine. But what's interesting here, these are both 2002. They're both USA. And there are differences, though. I don't know if you can see this or not. One says V overlap. One says H overlap. So there are differences, guys. I mean, listen, I am not an aficionado when it comes. I am a comic book aficionado, not so much with VHS. So when it says H overlap versus V overlap, I'm not really sure what the hell that means. These look exactly the same to me. So I don't know. They both came back in 9.2. They both have BL slip cases 06188. So one obviously is more rare than the other. I don't know which is which. Anyway, they both came back in 9.2, which is cool. And they come in these thick plastic sleeves. And I'm going to talk to you about the pricing and all that too. If you have VHS you want to send in, I can help you, but we're going to talk a little bit about the process, because the process was a little bit hairy. You know, we also have, that's a cool one, Jurassic Park from where's the year on this one? Jello publisher sticker removed. They must have known there's a Jello sticker here and they removed it. 9.4. But I want to know what year this is. They didn't put a year on it. But 9.4, that's Mike's, I think. This one. You can see there was a sticker here, and there was a Jello sticker on there that was been removed. They know that, too, which is pretty cool. Jello publisher sticker removed. All right, so we got that one. And I'll tell you, these are pretty cool. I mean, if you're a fan of Jurassic Park or a fan of Mission Impossible, these are a great way to display your VHS. What do you guys think? Is it something you would want to do? I don't know. They do feel pretty cool, and they do look pretty cool. I mean, if you got a display of a collection that you like, then it's a nice way to present them. That's for sure. Is this something you would consider doing? Let's see what else we have here. We have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990, and this movie was released in 85, so it's probably not a first release. Also in a 9.4. Pretty cool. You press cassettes. Doesn't that hurt the boxes? Yeah, don't press it. The only work I would do to these is I'd buff them a little bit, the sleeves if they needed it, clean them up a little bit, obviously, and that's pretty much it. If it was not sealed and you had a box you wanted to clean up, we could press the box. Sometimes. Do they give 9/8? Yes, they do. I've seen 9/8. And does PSA do this also? I am not sure if PSA does cassettes. That I'm not sure. But yeah, so something like that. I mean, if you've got a TMNT collection, why not, right? That'd look pretty cool. Something pretty unique. This one, we got Lord of the Rings. 9.4. And they do double cassettes and such too, I think. Got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Is that the first Harry Potter movie? I don't even know if it is or not. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone from 2001, and this was released in 2001. This could be this could be an original. Yeah, this could be an actual original release, which is kind of cool. If do you guys know of Harry Potter? Is that the first one? I don't know. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but if it is, this is the first printing probably of this movie because it was also released in 2001. Right, baby. Austin Powers, Man of Mystery. And a 9.4. Also 1997. This is released in 97. So this could also be an original release. Pretty cool. And again, I have no clue how to check the prices other than going on eBay and seeing what they're going for. But they're pretty cool. Again, I like how meaty the slabs are. They're pretty, gotta admit, they look really good in here. Oh, for sure, Sam. You definitely want to, because some can be quite valuable, especially if they're early releases. But you got to do your due diligence. Go on eBay, see what they're selling for. What I tend to do is the ones in here that belong to me are movies that I figured are genre type films. Sci-fi, fantasy, horror, action, adventure. Those are the types of ones I did. I figured those were the safer ones. This is mine too, I believe. I did Forrest Gump, and that was released in, it was released in 95, and this is from 95, so that's an original Forrest Gump. So far, 9 2s and 9 4s. Gonna answer that question right now, actually, for you, Mike. No. You can send in bangers like this. This is Ben's, and this is unsealed. It is not a sealed copy. This is a library copy of Star Wars, one of the very first releases. And if you remember back in 77, 78, they didn't release Star Wars on Betamax, Laserdisc, or any of that stuff for years. It took years. So I think we were probably into the 1980s before they released it. This is 1982. And what's cool about this one, Ben showed me, is it is actually, is it on here? It's a library edition. And if you, oh, there it is. This actually has like a little, registration code on there. And that code actually is on the cassette. It's almost like a matching numbers on a car with an engine and a VIN number. So on the case, it has a number that was put on way back when, and it matches the inside. So to answer your question, Mike, you can submit even one that has not been sealed. In fact, I think they prefer that over resealing it, obviously, because Ben, I got some bad news for you. If you're watching, now this is a banger, guys. This is not a cheap slab. Look up Star Wars. Even in a 7.0, I bet this is $1,000 VHS right here, maybe more, maybe a little less. I'm not sure, but check this out, guys. This is again a bit of a little piss me off here. Where is it? Yeah. So Ben submitted this to me, and we got this. He sent me Batman the movie, and I resealed it because it was falling out and it was slipping around, and I did not want it to get damaged. So I sealed it, to keep it safe. And I would have been totally okay if CGC took the seal off, but they didn't. I didn't even do a great job of it. Look, I just kind of did it to protect it. You see, there's a little bit of a thing there. So anyways, I got to call tomorrow and see if they charge me for this stupid piece of paper. And that's a cool one to do too. And Ben did this one because it was a gift from his mom, I believe he said, and it was more nostalgia for him. And yeah, so that was kind of a, hey Ben, how's it going? I was kind of ticked off about that. So I got to call tomorrow and see. Now let me tell you about the ordeal that went along with these. When it comes to CGC and even PSA, and I've told them both this, you have to ship to me using ground, FedEx ground. That's the only service that's affordable. And CGC knows better than to send me stuff using International Economy or any of the express services. And by the way, International Economy by FedEx is an express service. It's a 2-day service. Ground is about 4 to 5 business days. And ground is perfectly fine for me. To give you an example, box number 1 arrived, International Economy. It was, and the final price was over $400 for one box. The other box that came a couple of days later, they sent by ground. Now, why they wouldn't send it together like, 2 boxes in a package, I mean, they just didn't do it. The shipping department there sometimes is really, I can't understand their logic. Anyways, they sent the other box via ground, and the price was like half of that, more than half of that. And so I contacted CGC today. I said, listen, guys, what the hell, man? You charge me $400 on a box here. Who's paying for that? Like, that's ridiculous. Basically, guys, if these are your tapes right now, your shipping on these tapes coming back, not talking about going there, but coming back is $31 to $34 per tape just for return to come back to me. So that's where I'm at with these stupid VHS. And that is kind of the reason why I stay away from video games and VHS, because I don't do them frequently enough. And even though the shipping manager is the same shipping manager that does comics for some stupid reason, like when I talked to the CGC guy today, very nice dude, he's like, hey, it's in your account. I don't understand why they shipped one this way and why they shipped one the other way. Well, I'm like, well, I don't know why they did that either. It's on my account. They should know how to ship it anyway. So right now I'm on the hook for these 17, actually 15 graded, and 2 were returned as is. The shipping from CGC to me right now is almost $600. $600. Yeah, $35 a tape. Pretty pissed me off. Hey, where's my ET? I had ET in here too somewhere. Oh yeah, I showed you ET. But yeah, so that was kind of irritating. And that's kind of, I don't know, CGC last couple of weeks have been kind of weird. They shipped one of my clients is an X-Men #1 double cover book, really nice, in a 3.5. And I don't check the shipping all the time. I mean, I don't go onto the CGC site and when they ship something, I don't check every single thing. But yesterday, I checked this one guy's books because it seemed to be shipping on its own. And again, when it comes to comics, CGC multi-ships for me, which means that they'll combine different tiers so I can have a full box. But I noticed that this one was shipping alone, and it was the X-Men #1. Now, the same thing applies here. If they ship that X-Men #1 by itself to me, whether they use ground or they use international economy, it's going to be way too expensive. To ship one comic to me via ground is probably going to be $75. To ship it with international economy, $200. So that's why I asked them to ship them in batches of 25 when they send their comics to me. I don't mind if I get like 17 or 18 comics, but not one. Anyways, I noticed that this one was shipping by itself. So there's a button, you hit the button to see the tracking number. And sure enough, this guy's X-Men #1 was heading to Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine. Wait a second. Where did I say I was located at the beginning of this podcast? That's right. Oshawa, Ontario. Portland, Maine, Oshawa, Ontario. Well, I called CGC immediately. Luckily, I noticed it like around 6:30 last night. And so I called and I said, listen, it's got to get redirected. And I called back this morning. They said they already contacted FedEx and they're getting it rerouted back to CGC to fix the problem. No problem. They'll fix the problem or they'll fix the issue. But had I not checked that, this guy's book would have ended up in some other guy's hands, which, look, I've had books come to me that don't belong to me. I call CGC and I send them back. Is everybody as honest as I am? I don't know. Anyways, just to tell that kind of stuff with the shipping really is irritating. Now, whether they're understaffed, I don't understand. I don't know. I have never been there. I don't know how their operation works, but I don't like when as a regular submitter, I submit, like I'm submitting hundreds of books a month. I want my shipping to go proper. And even when a mistake happens, like they're fixing this problem with the X-Men #1, but this is irritating. I'm on the hook right now for $600 on these stupid things for shipping alone. So in the past, when they've done this to me with comics, when they've sent comics to me international economy, they've given me money back. Don't know. That was a few years ago. So I contact them today and hopefully they're going to come back to me and say, yeah, we're going to give you some credit. I don't know. I got to bill everybody for this stuff. So I don't know how I'm going to bill you guys yet for this. I'll figure it out. Do they grade promotional cassettes? What do you mean promotional cassettes? What do you mean promotional? Let me know what you mean by that, Sammy. Yeah, my life. Yeah, and of course, when they send it to the wrong place, it's going to be an X-Men #1, not like a book that's worth $100, but a book that's worth like $7,000, right? Like, come on, it's a double cover, by the way, a double cover X-Men 1 in a 3.525. Like, come on, guys, what are you doing, right? Like, it's crazy. Even the other day, if you were watching my my unboxing on Tuesday, I had this guy's I had Mike's pre-screens. Excuse me, 98, 98, 98, 98, 98, 94, 92. Those two were not supposed to be graded if they were not 9/8. Yet they graded them. So I had to call, and they did give me credit for those, which is, well, they told me they gave me credit. I haven't checked my Visa yet. And of course, since they don't send me statements ever, I have to stay on top of all this. It's a really frustrating situation. But yeah, so Sam, I'm not sure you mean by promotional. I think you can, as long as it's sealed. Or actually, it doesn't have to be sealed. That's right. It could be, yeah. I think as long as it's a VHS cassette, they'll grade it. Unless it's like a bootleg or something like that, then they obviously won't. But if it's an original cassette of any kind, they will grade it. All that said, guys, yeah, I'll still send these things in, and I do this more or less for you. When I do video cassette VHS, when I do video games and cards. They're not mine. I'm sending your stuff in for you as a service. And I'll continue to do so unless it becomes problematic. When I say problematic, issues like this continue. Look, mistakes happen. I get it. And as long as they rectify it, as long as that X-Men book arrives back in Sarasota by Monday, I'm happy. I'm fine. Things happen. As long as, they give me some money back on the shipping, that's fine. It takes time though. All this stuff, the calling and the emailing and the texting. And now I got to call tomorrow to see about these grades they get. I'm going to complain and say, well, if you're going to charge me full price for these cassettes, you should have at least put them in a friggin' slab. Unless you solve the shipping B issue, I don't really see it being worth it to send these via. Well, that's just it. And I think the reason, again, when I send, and I got a bigger one. Let me show you here. When I send stuff to CGC, I stamp every single thing I ship with them. Well, I'm not going to show you my account number on this, but everything I send to them, return shipping. And it says here by FedEx ground, every single piece of paper I send to them has that stamp on there saying ground shipping at this account number. And generally speaking, it's okay. But sometimes people fall asleep at the wheel. And unfortunately, if I fall asleep at the wheel, stuff like, and I guarantee I've lost money many times because I'm sure they're shipping stuff. They're using the wrong, they'll underpack boxes sometimes. And I'll get like 12 books instead of 25 books. And it costs me money when they do that. Right. So I'm sure that stuff's going on, but it would be really nice if they were more organized in terms of their statements and sending me statements every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. Not even every month. I have to request the statements. And there's nowhere I can go on my CG. I can't even go onto the CGC site and find my invoices, which is garbage too. Hey, Kaylin, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, Red Hood Comic. I know. Thursday, I was all day in Hall H. You were there Thursday, right? Yeah, Hall H all day Thursday, from like 5 o'clock in the morning until like 6 o'clock at night. And then I had to leave. So I had a PSA party to go to at 7 o'clock or something like that. So I couldn't get up to see, but I really wanted to meet you. I saw some of your pictures. I hope you had a good time there, man. Mike says, and I just checked eBay. There are a lot of grading companies that do VHS. Is it even worth dealing with CGC when these other companies might be more reputable when doing VHS? But which ones are more reputable? I don't know enough about it. And look, it took a lot for me, Mike, to even start with PSA. I did not want to really even branch out. And I did because I think competition's good. And the other competition that CGC faced when it comes to comic books, I felt wasn't enough. PSA had the card reputation behind them. And then talking to, 99 Newsstand and Swaggle Mickey, I figured, we talked a little bit about it. I figured maybe I'll give it a shot. And they kind of reached out to me, PSA, and we kind of had a couple of meetings. Okay, I'll give it a shot. It took a lot because it's more of the grading. Like I was talking to Charlo today. I love doing the pressing and the cleaning and running the business and doing like buying and selling. I like that kind of stuff, right? The grading is monotonous. It's monotonous. There's so much paperwork. Luckily, so far, we have not had any issues regarding tariffs or problems with the border. I think a big part of that is that I have a broker for real. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even mention the broker fees I probably paid on these as well. So there's that, and usually broker fees for me are about $20 to $30 a box. So yeah. But to start with another company, I don't know if I want to start with another company. It's just too much, too many. I'll keep it simple. I'm going to keep it with PSA and I'm going to keep it with CGC and that's it. And like, honestly, I'll do a VHS order maybe every 6 months. This is the second one I've ever done. People will give me something. I'll hang on to it in my safe at the shop for like weeks. I'll just add to it. And when I get 10, I'll send it. That's kind of how it's going to be. Lewis, how are you, pal? Good to see you. Kind of good. Missed out on a sweet, spectacular Spider-Man run off Marketplace. Oh, wow. Minus a random 20 that were not keys. Nice. You're buying all those lots up, eh? Good for you. I picked up, guys, just so you know, I picked up a lot of lower grade early ASMs today, and I'll be showcasing those. Well, I'll probably have them at the shop first, and I'll be whatever's left over, I'll be showcasing them on Whatnot. I'll do another Whatnot sale probably at the end of August. I'm going away on vacation soon on the 10th. I'll be gone for a week and a half to 2 weeks. When I get back, I'm going to try to do I see all these comics back here, all those comics in my presses. I picked those up specifically for Whatnot. And I have another probably 25 early ASM books, the earliest being issue number 10. No major key issues like Second Green Goblin, Third Green Goblin, that sort of stuff. All of them are under $200. Some of them are under $100. They're very low grade, like 1s, 1.5, 2s, 3s, 4 maybe, that kind of grade. So that's coming up as well too. Dannon says, won't be at the shop for a few weeks, but want to know what it was like meeting Dave. Well, Dave is going to be on my show soon. Funny you should say that, Dannon. Yes. I saw Dave. He's a very nice guy. He's freaking tall, man. He's like 6'2". The guy's an animal. I was there with my buddy Kevin from California, from Salinas, California, and my other friend Steven from Fresno. And Steven is like 6'1" or 6'2", tall dude. And then Dave walks over and he's super tall as well. Really nice guy. And I say, come on my show sometime and promote that consignment sales page you have. And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. So I'll call him up probably when I get back from vacation. Maybe I'll have him on this week. I'm going to do another unboxing on Tuesday. Maybe he'll want to come this week. I'll give him a call and see. But very nice guy. Very nice guy. I'm going to tell you, I was impressed with everybody. I talked to, what's his name? Jeff from Golden Age Guru. Nice guy. I always only ever saw him before. But now I met him, and he's also a very nice young man. Funny guy. Yeah. Any grade better than no grade? Are we talking about the fact they didn't grade those resealed ones? Yeah, maybe. Anyways, guys, listen, I'm going to take off. I got to take my dogs for a walk, and I've got a few Superman books I got to press. So I'm going to try to do that tonight if I feel up to it. Otherwise, I'll do it tomorrow morning. But that's it for me. If you're new here, guys, I'm Kevin the Comic Doctor. I showcase usually comic books on this channel every single Tuesday. So why don't you come on back again on next Tuesday, and for more. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that jazz. And hey, if you want to have some of your comic books pressed and clean by, I'm going to say it, one of the best in the business, here, this could be good for you. Ship your comics to us for free. That's right. If you've got at least 10 comics that you want to have pressed and clean, send them to the Comic Doctor, and I will pay for your shipping label to get your books to me free of charge. I'll send you a shipping label, UPS or FedEx or whatever, and get your books to us for free. And these are for raw books, guys. And what else can I tell you about that? It's a pretty good deal. In fact, if you don't, and we can always use your own accounts as well to send the books to CGC. Guys, that's another thing too. Just because I send books to CGC, if you prefer to use your own account at CGC, we can 100% forward the books to CGC on your behalf using your account. How do you do that? Well, it's very simple. When you send your books to us, you actually fill out your own CGC paperwork, print it out, slap a copy of that with your order to us, and then when we're done pressing and cleaning, we'll send them to CGC for you. I do that for many clients, so happy to do it. Yeah, so if you're looking for a presser, guys, or you're looking to try someone new, give us a shot. I'll go back to the comments, and I'm getting out of here. Funny, Dannon. Later also. Oh, also, I say, yeah, I saw that, Kayla. What is that? You sent me a picture. Is it you wanted something changed on it, right? There's something that there was a mistake on the invoice, I believe. All right, let me know. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you again on Tuesday. I might do another unboxing this week. I doubt it, but you never know. Hit the notification bell just in case I do. And that's it for me, guys. Have a great rest of your night and week, and we'll see you again very, very soon here on the YouTube channel that belongs to me, the Comic Doctor. Take care, guys.